All right, hello everybody, welcome back to VR Master League here back in Channel 1. This time around we had all three channels filled up tonight for the North American primetime matches. We saw some thrilling ones in Master and Diamond and so on and so forth. They were really stellar ones, for sure. But coming in here back to VRML 1 now, I'm Palidore and joining me is PAMWOW. So, Pam, glad to have you here back on a cast or few, I suppose, to come.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here, mate. My first cast of the day. You've had quite a few on your shoulders this morning. Well, this morning for me when I woke up, all the hype had already kind of dispersed amongst the crowd. But you know what? I'm glad to be here for this one right now with Flatliners heading up against Andromeda, and everybody in the chat stopping by as well. Wow, is he Australian? I hope I am. I think I am. Am I? Help me.
You are whatever you want to be, Pam. Don't let yourself be held back by regional restrictions. You are who you are, and you are Australian. Yes.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. No worries, mate. I am. An Oceanic caster. So this the NA field is always new to me. It's always great to see some of these games. So yeah, great to be here. And we're heading out into this game with the Jousts heading out, and that will be Fishy Toes with the disc.
All right, Fishy Toes with it, and yes, JJ, I did hydrate. Was it enough? We'll see. Pi here does see the backboard play perhaps developing, but sending it out to the outer edge of the bubble into the middle. The big brawls, all the players now linking up, trying to find those chains, and it will be recovered by Pi.
Yep, and good recovery there indeed, trying to force its way back into the bubble there. Now that's going to be Andromeda trying to keep that pressure on top of that offensive force there, down to the trench. That will be Pi now, trying to juke and trying to buy some time, trying to force the opponent's hand almost, trying to find that pass towards the left, and indeed he will. It's going to have a few awkward bounces, however, but he will make its way. And in the end, two steals to both teams there. Yet another steal there, and finally a clear there coming from Nostratic.
And in midfield, well, another rebound, but will be denied by the stun. It still actually stays right in the area, so as they come out of the stun, they're going to get it back, not a problem. With the disc there, sending it across, trying to bounce it cleverly, but a lot of brawls once again. That's kind of the story of it. They're just rolling these passes in, and then big pileups form. And finally, it does go to the blue zone for the first time here, and will be still picked off though by that stack. And no bro with that clear.
Yep, and in the mid side we do have. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Fishy Toes. And now the regrabs are there to recollect that disc there. Will be it's Mango with the disc now, and playing a bit slow now, not going to be regrabbing into any clears here through the right tunnel, and passing towards the left at the double diamond there, and a brilliant pass indeed. Now trying to set themselves up outside the bubble here. A bit of a struggle for the disc. It will be Andromeda in the end. No bro or Fishy Toes, both of them trying to grab that disc and send it out, resetting it to the goalie, and that's going to be a clear through that left tunnel. Interrupted.
Interrupting cow? Who? What? Move? Nostratic with the disc though, and they're gonna move it up the floor. Moving on up. And it's gonna be taken on up by the Ness and filling it up, but no with the stuff. Nice save. Igneal doesn't kneel on the defense, just not giving up any easy shots. And it will be it's Mango for Flatliners with the recovery to the Ness. Boombox! No, again! A save! Lockdown defender is Igneal.
Sensei, teach me your ways. That was an insane save there. And now going inside the bubble, we still have Flatliners keeping it alive here. That is also another pun. I mean, I had to emphasize that because, you know, if I can't pick up on some of the puns I say, I don't think anyone else will be able to. Yeah, regardless, that's going to be Boombox now with the disc off the floor. Does have teammates on the left. It will be crossing it over to the bow tie. Now it's Mango with the disc.
And now it's Mango with the patience. Will working up the floor there. Almost getting caught in no man's land, but will not matter. There's a slam and the boom at that. Finding the room. It's for the first 2 points. Mango assisting Boombox.
Yep, the opening points of the game. They're great play there from Flatliners. And I mean, I feel like both these teams definitely keeping it alive in a sense. I mean, they're both definitely giving it their all. And you can see the plays forming around the entire map. And it's great to see. So now Andromeda with the disc now. Looking to do just that, trying to keep it alive. So now with the disc, it will be Pi. And if I could, I would say all those numbers there really fast or really slow, kind of by the time as they take their time with these passes here. But I'm not, because I know no one wants to hear those numbers. Well, maybe you do. Anyway, it's Mango with the disc clearing it through the right.
That would have been efficient if they named themselves, you know, Pi 314 and so on and so on. I don't actually know the rest of the Pi numbers, but nonetheless, space here as I spaced out on anything involving math. Deep into the other zone, recovered here, looking like maybe, oh, nope, the stack's actually coming on through. So it's gonna enable maybe a backboard pass, or no, just a dive! So they had the options, but the dive denied it, and that was a tough turnaround, as it is gonna be a goal on the other end, so punishing that was on that play.
What a brilliant turnaround there. I mean, when you're in that 1v2 situation, when you're the goalkeeper and you have that player on your backboard, you need to be wary about that pass that's going to happen. But sometimes when you have all those options, Palidore, and you're attacking, you're gonna stutter sometimes, and you're gonna be a bit delayed in what option you choose. It's like when you go to park your car. If there's one space, you know you're gonna go directly to it, just like those regrabs. Oh my goodness. And I was just gonna say, when you have a lot of spaces, you tend to take your time. So, I mean, if that's any relation to that, I guess that's all I have to say about that one.
Well, I'm curious here as a, oh, shout out, by the way, Bart starred there. How about that game? It was a good game, yeah. Definitely fun to watch there. I mean, as always, I was, you know, I won't lie, I was cheering for a third round. That's usually the case, but it was still fun, and yeah, great job there in that, what is, that was okay. Just a little bit of a ret there coming back in from the orange team, as they will try and get back on the connection. And as Pi gets placed in the Twitch chat, thank you for that. It's Igneal with a disc.
Thank you for the pies in the chat. Everybody enjoys the pies. And now with the disc heading over to the side, it will be the stacks coming from Andromeda. It will be Fishy Toes now crossing it over to the left. That will be Pi off the floor. Does have teammates crossing over into the bubble simultaneously. And that's going to be the password for the backboard shot. The bounce back. And Igneal sending it in. And what a play there from Andromeda. All three players in sync, just charging into that bubble.
Yeah, got a little hectic for a second, but they still came out of that with the results they wanted. Good stuff. And yeah, thanks trespassing for the pie. You appeased me. A pizza pie, you could even say. But excuse me, it's Boombox from the tunnel and through the clear, intercepted by Pi.
Yeah, when the moon hits your eye, it's Boombox, and like a flatliner's, they're not looking to die.
That's some array.
And now the stacks coming in here. It will look like a Andromeda in a 1-on-4 situation. Flatliner's just overwhelmed there, and Igneal will grab that disc and send it in. Now a 6-point lead after a very quiet beginning.
Well, not quiet at all, as Igneal on defense. Couple great saves earlier on, and now scored the last, what, 2 or 3 goals in a row. I mean, actually all of them, yeah. 8 points to Igneal. Real deal.
The realist dealist, and now a Boombox crossing it to the right. Good evasion of the members of Andromeda there from Space, and now Space went for the clear. It's going to work towards them, and he will be. It's Mango does have some pressure and avoiding it very well. They're crossing it towards the left. Now Space with the disc, making his way. Good maneuver around the cube there. Now passing it down towards the goals. Ooh. The jukes, the passes. Brilliant play.
Oh, that was. I love that. Space. There was not a lot of it. I mean, that was just a great pass from Nostratic. And like I said, Space finding the cash, but that was hard because, I mean, in that kind of situation, could have grabbed the goalie, could have grabbed the goal itself, could have grabbed the blocks. There wasn't a lot of room, but still found that catch. And they made the connection. It's lead cut in half now, 8-4 favoring Andromeda here.
Yeah, definitely a brilliant play there coming from Space, as you said, making a lot of it in that situation. And now the regrabs, he went for the shot. Brilliant save there from Boombox, sending it out. And Andromeda is still with the disc. Now will be Pi off the floor, has teammates across the right side, and now forming around the bubble across the backside. Inside shot, Igneal Sensei.
Sensei now up to 10 points for Andromeda, all 10 points, assisted there by Pi. It looked like it might have been saved nearly, kind of changing colors there just as the end, but it can't be denied, apparently. Igneal is both denying shots and making shots here this round.
Yeah, I mean, earlier in the round, we definitely saw a few crazy saves there coming from Igneal, as well as Fishy Toes as well. So, yeah, a lot of saves coming out this game that have been quite interesting to see here. And now the offensive strat, just like those 10 points that we saw earlier, coming into play from Igneal. So now they are looking to continue this onslaught of points here as they try to grab that disc towards the bottom side of that tunnel there. And now at the trench section, that will be Neil crossing it over to the right. Pi with the disc now making his way inside towards the bubble. The bounce off the back. Brilliant bounce off the back wall there. Fishy Toes ending it.
Oh, what a bounce. Definitely a fortunate delivery right into Fishy Toes' fingers? Fish fingers?
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Well, regardless though. Regardless, suddenly I mentioned just a moment ago, oh, hold on, another goal! Alright, now they're starting to get hot, and this deep into the round. A comeback is just not going to be in the books, but that's the second time this round, I believe, right? That they had that immediate turnover cause thanks to that defensive stack.
Yeah, someone get a thermometer because Andromeda definitely getting quite hot here, and not as hot as that pun that I just made then. I don't know. I mean, don't know. Palidore pun's game.
That was very well rounded. It's almost as if you planned it. But taken here by Fishy, and they're gonna go back at it. 14-4, less than 20 remaining.
Yep, and now with that said, 20 seconds, you still want to grab some points for your team here, possibly carry that momentum into the second round here. So now across from the bow tie, crossing it to the left, it will be Flatliners. Now Nostaric went for the pass, getting stunned out. However, it might work for them. That disc, that grab off the nest, 5 seconds left, going for that shot, but that's going to be Sensei saying no.
Sensei, what? Sensei is on a absolute roll. That makes at least 3 big saves, as well as what? Most of the points here for their team. 12 out of the 14. Yeah, I mean, that is ridiculous effort there coming in from the Sensei.
Yeah, I mean, definitely making the way around the map here. Sensei definitely coming in clutch in a lot of situations here, especially those saves. But I mean, even looking back at we saw Fishy Toes 1v2 situation there. I mean, to move out of the goals and not when you have that player behind on your backboard, right, in that situation 1v2, you definitely it's difficult to do to leave your goalpost because you're always going to be afraid of that simple pass towards the backboard, and suddenly it's just a backboard shot and you're left there in your own tears. So yeah, definitely props to Fishy Toes in that situation. But yeah, a great round overall. Great plays across from all these players here. But yeah, heading into the second soon, Flatliners possibly looking to change things up.
Yeah, and I wasn't gonna go on camera for this stream because I'm kind of worn after the last ones, but said you got to see the hydration. Seesaw, and it is good. We are going back into the second round now. And I know it's not water, but I can't deny the pepper. But yeah, we're back into it. Again, I'm Palidore, PAMWOW next to me. Tiggs appreciating the cast so far, and we'll appreciate that. And there is Fishy Toes getting depreciated by the stun.
And a closer joust at that. I mean, compared to the first round, I felt like Andromeda just kind of had that handed to them. And now, after some competition with that joust, which is interesting, we're going to see Flatliners taking the lead.
Yeah, a nice start for them, especially after only scoring 4 points. In the last round. I mean, you already met half your totals in not even 30 seconds. So it's interesting, but it's also uncanny how often that always happens. It seems like where it's just all you need is a 1 minute break between rounds, and then when the team comes out the next time around, it's like a switch flicks or a mirror flips, whatever the case is. Seeing these turnaround rounds has been a frequent thing here.
Yep, and as some dubstep action happens there for a few brief moments, we're going to see in this round a brilliant save there from Boombox, sending out to the right side. And I feel like when you redeem a hydration, I feel like anything counts. I think Dr. Pepper's fine, in my opinion.
Yeah, more than fine. Excuse yourself. It's more than fine, Pam. But grabbing it up here is Nostratic, getting stunned and looking a little erratic. Now into the equation, it's quadratic. But no, taking it back and maybe into the blue on the Atlantic. But no, this is tragic. PAMWOW, what's happening? It's a slapper, and it's back through, and that's what happened here. Oh no, nor dubstep disc though.
There's nothing systematic about that dubstep action there, and yeah, if anything, it's quite frantic. And now off the floor, we will see Space Yeah, I can't keep it going like you, but we do have Fine now with the disc. Does have some pressure on him from Flatliners now. Might go for a potential reset, but went for that send in the middle section with the pressure on the player. Definitely have the Flatliners are doing very well with marking their players and making sure they're applying pressure to those passes and not just allowing it to just naturally happen. So now, with that said, we do have Andromeda with the disc off the outside of the bubble. Went for that play, went for that bounce, but it will be Flatliners going for the clear.
And the lane is open momentarily. For how long is a question. A lot of boosts coming in quickly off that wall. No one grabs it. 3-4 different players, and now a bigger pile up kind of on the floor, but no one really opting for the brawls, just the chains instead. But taking it back is Boom, and Boombox right down. Only one player there in the bubble, so that's going to be a tough catch, as it will be a dive from Igneo, who's again continuing to show some great defensive instincts, but rebound, and now another shot attempt perhaps will bounce awkwardly.
And the regrabs are there from Andromeda now. Went for the send, bouncing off the disc. Yet another one, and that will do it. 3 points heading to Andromeda, taking the lead now in this second round. And much like the first round, I feel like it was a relatively slow start, but I feel like as soon as one team might get a few of those goals to their name, just that momentum starts to carry through. So will this be the case now for Andromeda 2 rounds in a row, or will Flatliners put an end to it?
That is indeed the question. Tiggs in there saying Dr. Pepper is such an American thing. Have it in the UK, but nobody drinks. Shame. Shame. Right there, though. Space! Oh, that's no shame. That is just a 3-point hit to make this a game. It's only a 2-point deficit now. Curious. Quick question, Tiggs. Because from when I went to those ESL lands back in the day, no one over there seemed to have had beef jerky much either. That's my other snack of choice. Like right now on my desk I have Dr. Pepper on my right, I have beef jerky on my left. But so many of the Europeans from Echo, they had not even had beef jerky before. It baffled me. I couldn't understand it.
Yeah, what's one more? I mean, here in Australia, we don't even have Dr. Pepper, and you'd never see anyone eating beef jerky here. So, I mean, you never know. OC lands, everyone's going to come over. It'll be great. Bring your beef jerky and your Dr. Peppers.
Oh, jerking that right out of the offensive player. I died for a brief moment, Pam, and that shot almost went in, and now that would have killed me. That said, though, we'll avoid the death, as they will get a rebound here, intercept rather. It's Space with the disc at the wedge.
Yep, and now off the floor will be Nostratic, and that will be Fishy Toes, grabbing the disc and sending it through the left tunnel. Now, the regrabs are on their way from Andromeda, and although the first act didn't quite find it, the second might. The stun, the steal from Pi, and Pi's going to grab it. Does have teammates across the trench resetting it. Good reset, giving them some time here. The 1-2 action there from those two teammates. Now Andromeda launching this counter attack here. They are 2 points down at the close to the 5-minute mark here, looking to even up the tides. Went for the cross through the bubble, barely missing.
And another pile here, grabbed by Nobro, and over to Pi. Nice short range recognition, not getting too panicked here, trying to find a pass now, kind of midfield, and will deal into the goal. The goalie was bothered there by who was that? Nobro, I believe, and just a good job to kind of keep the defender on the toes, basically. And even though I think it was actually Bro that was stunned, so the goalie was still okay, but even if you can't stun the goalie, just being kind of in their face like that is enough to be a distraction oftentimes.
Yeah, I mean, pressure can definitely do a lot of things, don't tell me. Immediately just grabbing that clear and punishing Flatliners for it. Doing very well in that situation. What a 3-pointer there from Sensei.
Okay, so we saw that a couple times in the first round. Granted, those turnovers that happened at the nest. That one happened a little further out, but just as punishing on that 3. So up by 3 are Andromeda here, and what I should mention, by the way, Pam, is their cast debut here as a team. So I like what I've been seeing so far. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, both teams definitely giving it their all here, and I feel like the scoreboard, I feel like it does do its justice. It's been such an even game, and I feel like despite that first round where the momentum definitely shifted in Andromeda's favor, we can definitely see within this second round here how both teams, it's been a lot of back and forth action with these two. And now heading into the bubble here, went for that shot, maybe perhaps a pass towards the right side of the wall there, getting captured and sent through to the mid side, and it will be Flatliners recollecting themselves with that disc now with 3 points under the score of Andromeda.
And actually, good thing I checked. because foot in my mouth, this is their second cast. This is the first one that I've done of them. They were actually casted a few weeks back by Dimwee, so they did have an appearance that said, trying to make that disappear into the goal, but a rebound will be had. Mango's at the nest, but a good grab from Nobro, and actually that sails right into the reach, so almost a perfect little pass to himself, but that's off the barrier, so no go on that.
Yep, and it will be Andromeda collecting that disc yet again. So now Sensei with the disc, and he's been doing a lot of action today. So looking to set up another play off the backboard, sending it towards that section. It will pass its way back to him. Ignil Sensei with the disc now off the right side, getting stolen, however, in space. Going to give themselves some space, sending it towards the left side. And now the regrabs are going to be there from Andromeda because Flatliners did have an interrupted regrab stack there. So now they still found the disc in the end, which is exciting to see. And he's Sensei with an exciting to see save, looking to slap it out there. What a play.
Man, continuing to impress. Got all the defensive senses, does Sensei, as they make their way back into a recovery for Flatliners. Shout out NATO, Potato, and have a good night. Thanks for stopping by and chatting here tonight. Hopefully see you on a cast mighty soon, as Ignil, there it is again, but no, the goal this time, not a reality, will be denied by a stun, and the backboard now the clear.
Yeah, Sensei went for that backboard shot there. Unfortunate bounce off the backboard there. But however, it will be Andromeda recovering that disc. So now off the Pac-Man, it will be Nobro. Interrupted by his teammate there for a few brief moments. But they do collect themselves there for a second. A stun from Flatliners trying to pressure this disc here with 1 minute 38 on the clock. They definitely need to find some points now. But these regrabs, these follow-ups on that clear might just help out Andromeda in this situation. They're looking to kind of nail in that lead that they have here on Flatliners as they try to collect this disc. Hovering towards the right shoulder there will be space, collecting it, and yet again clearing it and giving them some space.
All right, 1 minute, or approaching 1 minute left here. Now, the goal was open, so had those stacks been able to recover, but won't be the case. Now, diving out there and tapping it out again. So, stack, or leeches. There's the leech, and the recovery gonna be had. It's Ignil sending it way out of there before the stun. That's it, grabbed right back to the backboard, but another dive. Ignil has been on fire in that bubble, diving or otherwise. Great job.
Insane plays here coming from Ignil, and now the counter-attack follow-up. It's just too good to be true. Sensei, I say, you've been doing great and just taking it across the field. Beautiful plays.
Ignil is ignited. Shout out to VTS and co, but man, everything. Offense and defense, said it before, said it again, and which is to say Andromeda too, not to take away anything from the teammates, because every time they've had control, they've been doing a good job to find the right passes to enable Ignil, and to find the stacks to enable that as well. So, I mean, it's a full cohesive effort here, as the round is about to end, but boom, Box dropping them there with a great save, but just will be too little too late as far as a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, Boombox definitely did have quite a few good saves within this game as well, but it will be Andromeda taking away the second round, taking away the game, and yeah, I mean, although I can definitely, Sensei is kind of taking the spotlight for a lot of these amazing plays that we've seen. I mean, just trying to kind of shifting it over towards the Flatliners side here for a second here. I mean, Boombox and Stratic definitely found quite a few saves then. There were the very good saves there, especially that last one from Boombox. So a lot of good stuff coming there from Flatliners, and even that leech play that we saw off that stack. Andromedas were making their way back to their bubble, and we had a little leech on that stack, and although it didn't pay out, it didn't seem like it paid out. They didn't grab that disc initially. They did create that pressure and force Andromeda to frantically clear that disc just due to that player being there. So just that constant pressure that you can create onto the opposing team can definitely work out for you, as Andromeda have proven this game. I mean, those offensive stacks that we've seen just forcing Flatliners clears, and they just took advantage of it and just sent it right back to their goals. We saw countless points being scored because of that. So yeah, overall a great game from both teams here. Andromeda doing very well indeed throughout the entire game.
Yes, indeed. And with that, speaking of games, we got another one right up next. So brief intermission, and you know the drill. You guys stay tuned. I'll get you your points in a second and set up the next poll. But yeah, we will be back, because up next, we got ourselves some distinction, which is to say some extinction versus, can't forget them, the unforgettable team who we just saw on stream a couple hours ago on Channel 3. So a lot on the way, and even another match after that still yet, so stay tuned. Alright, hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Palidore, being joined by PAMWOW, and oh wow, we've got ourselves, again, Extinction and Unforgettable. Two teams who we've seen here on these streams quite recently. For Unforgettables, just a couple hours ago, and for Extinction, only a few days, if memory serves, which it may not, but we've seen them a few times here, and I've casted them recently, so great to have both of them all back in the mix.
And yeah, I'm great to be in the mix here this evening for me, and this evening for you, I'm pretty sure as well. So haha, it works out. And now with this game, with Extinction heading up against the Unforgettable, surely a lot of great plays in store for us today. If you joined us earlier, Flatliners and Andromeda just recently casted, also a brilliant game. And if you were up earlier as well, Palidore definitely got in quite a few games there, and quite a few exciting games as well that I'll have to look over. So yeah, a lot of great stuff happening today, this evening, and yeah, great to be here.
Absolutely, and all these players in the match right now in this what is a gold division game. Well, Unforgettables here in gold, and Extinction currently diamond, and yeah, going to be a big test of strength. I mean, they are not far behind or between each other, not far in separation in terms of ranks and MMRs and things of that sort. So really one of those that could foreseeably go either way if you base it on that. Extinction, the 3-1 record, Unforgettable 10-3, which is supremely impressive to say the least.
And also, what's impressive to say the least, everybody stopping by in the chat. Really appreciate everyone leaving those messages, leaving those subs from Schlart, Emily, Polo. I'm about to win 10 points. Get them points, boy. And yeah, the predictions will be heading their way in. So yeah, I'm really liking the prediction plugin here on the stream. It definitely does add a new element of interaction here.
I'm trying to see what I tagged the teams. I didn't tag. I don't think I what did I spell wrong? See, this is what happens to me all the time, Pam, and quite frankly, I am sick of it. Do something.
Quite frankly, that's unforgivable. And that's unforgettable. And I think I'm just going to go into Extinction now. That was terrible. See you guys later.
Disgusting. All right. Well.
I just looked at the chat. I looked at the chat and I said, good night. Aaron, you really want me to go that bad? Aaron, you know what? I can arrange it.
Well, either or. Oh, Tiggs. Yeah. Well, here I'll go back on for just a second. Voila! There's the Eclipse jersey that you didn't see last week or earlier in the week, but now I got it for you back again. See? Cheers to that. Throw back as I throw this one back.
Nice. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. And yeah, I think the teams, the pings have gotten through now, so they're definitely going to start rating up relatively soon. But yeah, Extinction heading up against the Unforgettables here, providing us with hopefully an unforgettable match this evening, and we'll have quite the game indeed. And yeah, again, thank you for everybody stopping by in the chat here. Polo with the Pally throw it back, and just like you said, definitely a good throwback there. I mean, I was pleased by it. Hope chat was, and we're getting into this game now. So, good stuff.
I'm not sure anyone wants that kind of throwbacks, and if you do, well, no.
DM me. I mean, no.
I will fire myself. Nonetheless, that is something more for OF, as we do get of here in the game over on Extinction, taking that disc away, but having it stolen away by the sun.
Yep, and now that's going to be on with the disc, sending it through that mid side, and a few awkward bounces here working for them. The Unforgettable team now clearing that disc through the mid side. It will be of with the disc now, OF. And went for that clear.
Whoa,
that disc is looking very scary by that goal there, digging right off the bottom side of the post. And now recollecting it here, Late Toast.
And shout out real quick to Tubu for the 2 months Prime. Glad to see you back here again. Back-to-back nights, and appreciate that very much here, supporting the streams, these teams, and these casters. And we'll be still scoreless in this first minute as Late Toes sends it over to Of to the cloud. Nice patience as Greg looks to proclaim maybe the goal. It will be off the backboard. Soft touch.
Oh, great placement there from Greg, and beautiful backboard shot there. And now the Unforgettables with the joust advantage here. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I just don't want to take light away from that shot right there from the right post, sent it in off the backboard. Great, with a great shot there. And now Unforgettables with the disc with the joust advantage. Some pressure coming here with the Extinction stacks, and they are doing very well here, Unforgettables, to not let go of this possession here and just pass it around, avoiding these stacks. I'm actually really liking this slow approach here that Unforgettable are taking here. Although they just encountered some points against them here, still remaining calm in this situation. Now the clear through the mid side, barely avoiding some teammates over the trench there. And you will be great now sending it towards the right. And Unforgettables now with the disc.
You know, the more I see here from Unforgettables, the more I'm thinking, these are kind of one of the dark horse teams in a sense, you know? I mean, every time I've streamed them now, they've come up with some very impressive plays over and over and over, and they get the first points to go through, and it will be unforgettable. Jake from Owen's assist on that too.
Yep, great shot there coming from Jake. Great assist as well there from Owen, and now 7:45 on the clock. The just advantage heading its way back to Team Extinction.
And my replays were extinct there for a minute. Apologies, that was the wrong one.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, great play overall. If I could paint the image, I would, but it was the best shot in Echo history. I couldn't believe Palidore missed it. Regardless, now Late Toast with the disc, sending it to the right. OF with the disc now off the right side. Went for that pass through towards the left shoulder. It actually will work off the post, however. The save, Ice with the Ice.
Wow. I mean, that was stunning in more ways than one, but yeah, Ice got it to go finally, and they pull it back up by 2. Quick shout out as well. Good morning again, Callan. Maybe I'll get some milk next time. But Dr. Pepper for now. What's up to Lolo? Emily, welcome back to the chat, and I can only assume is Boombox stopping by as well. Not a problem casting you guys. Glad to do it, and yeah, GG's. Hope to see you guys again mighty soon on these streams as we continue in the second of 3 matches we have for you in a row to finish out this block.
I can really admire Unforgettable's approach to this. As soon as it's their just advantage, I feel like they definitely try to make it work for them, and they don't just go for that clear to quickly respond to those points being scored against them. They like to take their time and try to take it slow and make their way up the field. But if there's something that I can point out is that as soon as they get towards that halfway mark, they try to go for that clear and that follow up with those regrabs, like what we just saw now as Coffee Zombie made his way off that stack, following up with that clear from Owen and finding those points, evening up the scores. But yeah, just wanted to take a note from that one.
Yeah, absolutely, and good calls, definitely. I think for that last play right there, the only thing they did, quote unquote, wrong is Probably could have gotten a 3 out of that if they had the communication there coming through a little bit quicker. But I mean, you still can't complain. Points are points. They got a lot of time, and they're playing mighty fine, mighty well. In fact, as Ice takes this disc at midfield.
Yep, and now Ice with the disc trying to bait out that player there and kind of give them a bit of leverage here off with this mid side pressure here. Now Late Toast crossing it over towards the left. Does have a man on him. Unforgettable. Wasn't able to find a stun in time, and that pass did make its way, but Owen was on it, and Owen found Owen found the clear.
How? How did Owen grab that? Is my question. Well, I've seen it all here on streams. Unforgettable is trying to do work here, but down the floor, it's going to be taken back by them. These stacks in the back line, you can see actually pretty bothered by who was that Coffee Zombie, and now they're just going to kind of wait for that first pass to go before splitting off. That said, they split off, and the goal is exposed. Could be dangerous, but a nice stack coming in from Ice and Late Toast to grab it back.
Yep, and now it will be Extinction. Went for that clear through the right tunnel. That's going to be Coffee pinning it towards the left side. Now crossing it towards the right. It will be Gunny with the disc now. Gunny saw crossing it yet again back to his teammate there. That will be Coffee eventually. However, the pressure of OF, it will be there first and will reach the disc first. Clearing it through the right tunnel there. The regrabs will be there coming from Extinction. They're looking to follow up on this disc that has been left astray, and they will find those 2 points to potentially save the day, save the round, 6-4.
Yeah, it's Late Toast getting there in a hurry, and again, the fast stack, we saw that defensively, and we saw that offensively now, so with not a lot of, well, 4 minutes left, but so actually a decent amount of time. They got not too far of an advantage still for Extinction. Rollout here, coming in from Unforgettable. Now, I mentioned we streamed them earlier on the night as well, and they were definitely showing that that ability to play it slow as well as fast, just depending on what the situation dictated. And I want to shout out Gunnysaw as well, because I know I did it on Channel 3, but I still gotta mention here, Gunnysaw, one of the very few players ever in VRML, on a VRML cast, to get a rebounded headbutt 3 that happened a couple weeks ago, and yeah, can kind of hold the claims to that fame.
Yeah, I mean, that's as good as it gets sometimes. And with that said, we have Greg now with the disc. And Greg just did a lot of work there, interrupting Unforgettable's defense there and simultaneously grabbing that disc and sending it into the goals. A great play there from Greg.
See, Pawn Stream also stopping in. Welcome to it, Looney BR. Pawn saying, Schlart, you should be a starter. A Schlarter, even. But no, he doesn't want to get killed, then he'll be a martyr. Jake with a disc. And up at the cloud, they have the back lane, they have the forward pass, they have a lot of options, and it's, again, as you said, Pam, pretty nice here to see from Unforgettable.
Yep, and if we're talking about what I said earlier, I mean, it's I feel like it's the same thing every time. They do very well with Unforgettable with that start. When they start off, they make their way towards that mid side, and then eventually they go for that clear, and it definitely is. It's a play that works because if you can follow up on that clear and you can pin it down, you can definitely find those points. But it's just, unfortunately, Extinction are doing very well with nailing that clear and just applying that pressure to interrupt that play coming from Unforgettable. So now in this situation, if you're on Team Unforgettable, do you keep going with that play where you try to go for that clear and follow up? Or do you keep bringing those passes, making its way all the way up to the bubble? I mean, either way can work if you put the effort into it. So with that said, Late Toast now clearing that disc.
Really stellar brawls from Greg. I was kind of eyeing down Greg the last 20 seconds or so. There were a lot of critical stuns in there to really bother defensively almost by his lonesome. That said, another defensive play this time from Late Toes, but right directly to Jake. But another grab from Greg, and this is great, like Frosted Flakes. But right now, a Frosty stack getting back, and now maybe a recovery. No, just outside the bubble, so into the goal is Zombie and Gunny switching off and rotating, so slower play needing to envelop.
A brilliant series of saves there. Now the counterattack off the goal. Oh my god, that pass was insane. That snap pass from behind the goals. And what a brilliant play there from Extinction.
Oh, I love that. Everything about that last 45 seconds of play, basically. That was stellar. Late Toast getting the save. Greg with the brawls. Late Toast getting the goal after the I mean, everyone did a bit of everything, and I'm feeling very happy about that. That was highlight material.
Extinction just keeping it alive here, and they're just dominating in terms of that last play. I mean, from those saves to the counter attack there, the follow-up was insane. And don't get me started on that snap pass inside the bubble there, just winding it around the goalie there and finding it behind the goals. And yeah, Extinction definitely trying to close out this first round with 56 on the clock. Coffee Zombie with the disc, resetting it, and now the stacks from the Unforgettable.
And yeah, less than a minute left. That goal's open! Almost in. A rebound by that pack, by the wedge now. Of is going to contest and a slap back. Nice recognition, communication there to Late Toes. Right back at them. And now because of that tap, now they've got maybe the goal open for a nice advantage on the goalie. Alley-oop. It's ice.
That's the ice. Yep. You wanted to say it. I wanted to say it. That's the ice of the round there, 13-4. Extinction doing very well indeed. And don't cry just yet, Schlad. I see that monkey crying emote. He put all his points in forgettables because, I mean, if you saw our previous game with Flatliners and the Andromedas, I mean, look, although in the first round one team might take the lead, it's Echo. It's Echo. You never know what's going to happen in each round. You never know what's going to happen in each play. So always potential for Unforgettables to head their way back into the second round. But Extinction doing very well indeed in the first one, 13-4.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we go to the score screen by Ignite, I mean, you can take a look at, as I said, both of these teams have some pretty impressive records now. Fewer matches all around played as a roster for Extinction coming in rather recently here as a cohesive roster. But obviously the players, they know what they're doing. I mean, they're in the Diamond Division here because these players, are coming off of that level of play. I mentioned Greg. Always great to see him on a match and on a cast. I saw a lot of him earlier in the season, but mostly as a substitute. He was subbing in a lot of different matches that we casted, and great to see Greg on a roster who was doing some damage for sure. And this whole roster. I mean, again, Unforgettables. You cannot deny the 10-3 record in any level, any division. That is definitely impressive to accomplish over this first month and a half of season 3.
Yeah, it's great to hear. Great to see everybody in the chat as well stopping by. Shake it off, Unforgettable coming from Dev South, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, it's definitely it's a big game in regards to mental Echo, and I feel like if you can just not completely ignore the previous round, take it into account and try and adapt towards fixing it within the second round, but don't let it just consume your plays. Don't let it affect your plays, and you want to definitely attempt to just making it work towards you within the second round. So with that said, we're heading into the second round now with the Unforgettables, and they're maintaining that slow approach that they have within their side. How will they go about it?
Well, we'll see if they can continue radiating that heat on the offensive end, as it's going to be taken up here by that logo. There's Owen, but Owen getting stunned, and Ice with the recovery has Late Toast. You see Late Toast and Of. Important thing to note as well, you see how once they got the recovery, they were well prepared to immediately go on that stack, but then again, so were Unforgettables, because they are going to get that disc back thanks to that speed.
Yeah, I mean, speed is key. It's definitely something that practically everybody in the Echo field emphasizes within this game. Speed is key, so if you can maintain it, if you can get on your stack fast enough, you can definitely utilize it and find those points or find those saves like we just saw there from Team The Unforgettable. Now, however, OF with the disc he does have Ice making his way in the mid side, but the goalkeeper read it, and that was a beautiful save.
Yeah, read it indeed, and that is an upvote as Owen gets that disc. That's going to be a rebound, flat bounce into the goal just as the defense tries to address it, but instead, Unforgettable got the first score of this round.
Yep, and great counterattack indeed. They're coming from Unforgettable. The clear from the mid side, the bounce didn't directly make its way to the teammate, but a few miscalculations with those regrabs there coming from Extinction, allowing that disc to make its way back into the hands of Unforgettable, who found those points. Now off the Pac-Man, he will be Ice, looking to counter, looking to find some points back, sending it to Greg, and Greg just sent it in.
Wow, super efficient zipper rollout there. See, just crisscrossing it. Every pass and every catch was precise, it was accurate, it was decisive, hence the 11-second goal.
Yep, and now 3-2 here. I mean, with the just advantage, the Unforgettable, we know that they can definitely work some magic with this just advantage here. So how will they go about it here? Off the bow tie will be Jake. Does have teammates. The regrabs are there from Extinction. However, did find the pass in the end, and he was quick enough. So now Owen with the disc, has teammates above, and he will find that reset to bow tie. Went for that snap pass, snap clear towards the mid side. And I feel like it's kind of, I'm repeating myself here. It's the same play each time, and they make it work for themselves here. The Unforgettable now off the left side. It will be Jake. Went for the bounce pass, barely missing his teammate here. They're able to recover it. However, it will be Extinction in the end. Ice clearing it.
Yeah, kind of slipped its way past, I think, 3 different pairs of arms on Unforgettable's side there. They right off that backboard. Now, they do make it up, as we mentioned, that speed always such an important thing. They do get it back, but not for too long. Goes back to the midfield where Ice is able to get that. Now Ice got to be careful because that is going to be a shot. Absolutely, another flat rebound this time though, going the way of Extinction, and that is late Toast, the completion.
Yeah, huge props to Toast in that situation to turn around and find that shot there. All the stacks coming in against him. Found the shot regardless. Yeah, I mean, raise your glasses, toast to toast.
Toast to toast, yeah, absolutely to that. And that is absolutely the well, never mind. Some dubstep disc. I was gonna blame Pam, but you know what? Never mind. It's gonna be Of instead with the 7-2 lead. I thought better.
You know what? There was a weird button on my keyboard next to my mouse, and I thought, hey, I've never pressed that button before. Maybe I should give it a try. And then as soon as I pressed it, that happened. So I don't know if I want to keep doing that or not. Maybe I'll put some red duct tape on it that says don't press. But then I'll get curious and I'll want to press it again because I'll forget about it. You know what, Palidore? Maybe I won't have a keyboard anymore. How about that one?
Okay. Challenge accepted.
But yeah, I mean, aside from that, the Unforgettable now taking a pause to regather their teammate here and possibly regather their thoughts here with their approach in this second round. Still 6 minutes 22 on the clock, so all the chance here to get back within this second round. But Pally, what's the name of this song coming from Lolo Rave?
Lolo Rave. I don't know.
Lolo Rave.
Lolo Rave, it's a party with the music. Well, what is this song? I'm not quite sure because I can't hear it. But I can tell you it's provided by Fixed Gaming. All the music that you do here on our pre-shows and our timeouts, that's provided by Fixed Gaming. Also, a lot of our highlight videos and stuff that the content team has been making, that's also from Fixed Gaming.
And yeah, I'm just also looking in the chat here. Got to switch it up from Deb South, and yeah, I mean, if there's anything that I was mentioning in the earlier round, that's definitely it. I mean, it's always great to kind of stick to that game, the gameplay that you've practiced and you've established with your team. But as soon as you see that you're in that situation, you're heading into the second round and the team has that lead on you, it turns away from we just needed to warm up heading into this second round. It turns into a situation with, hey, we need to change something up, because obviously it's definitely looking a bit rough in this situation. So whether it's maybe prioritizing something along the lines of regrabbing or just changing the pace. I mean, if you want to keep taking it slow throughout the entire game, by all means, go for it. But if you can clearly see that it's starting to not work out, then you definitely, I don't know what the comms will be there, but it has to be something, changing up something to work for you rather than against, as Extinction definitely taking a strong advantage here within this second round.
Yeah, and then, you know, as is often the case with timeouts and things like that too, though. Obviously this one because of a potential ping issue there, we saw kind of before the score, but that can definitely stop momentum in itself as well, so it's always kind of interesting to see who comes out with a little bit better of a flow when you get out of these timeout situations. Hopefully this one won't be too far extended, but looks like for the moment anyway, maybe a potential replacement coming in. I know Schlart had mentioned it, who is rostered here on Extinction, and Of did drop out, so we might be seeing some Schlart on this stream mighty soon. Maybe.
And Also, what's a maybe not sure if this will happen, Polo, but Palidore.
Yes, I see. So we're playing some water games here. I know we got Marco and Polo, but I see you pee in the pool. What? Well, I'm glad to have you here. But
fell for it, guys. We got him. Guys, Keck W's in the chat. We got him.
You didn't get me. I leaned into it. I see you pee in the pool.
No, you fell for it, mate. You fell for it.
I didn't fall for it. Hence,
you fell in the pool of ICUP. You fell in it.
Yeah. Look, I don't mind getting got. I'll admit to it, but I saw it. I saw it. Hence why pee in the pool. I didn't get got when I purposely got. I was getting him back. You stupid man. Just kidding. I don't know.
Talking about getting back here. The players getting back into their teams.
It doesn't
Gonna
count.
Step away. Guys, we got him. Don't worry. He's just mad. He's mad, guys. We got him. I see you, P. Haha, Palidore.
Yeah, well,
really emphasizing the team, Palidore.
Forget all of you. I don't even care anymore. I'm not gonna engage in your puns. Puns are stupid.
I think you care, Palidore. I think you really do care.
That actually hurt me a little bit.
Yeah, you definitely did hurt yourself with that one. It's like a Pokemon got confused. It hurt itself. That's exactly what just happened there.
Look, are you sure, Pam, that you're Australian? Because I'm thinking European.
Hey.
In the pool.
Okay. What about in the ocean? In the Oceania?
I've got no magic, no potion, no motion, but motion to continue. We've got the timeout out, and we've got Schlart in, and we are back in it. And let's see if Unforgettable can come back to maybe win it for us at round 3. Only a 5-point disadvantage at the end of the day, Pam. So, I mean, I know you said mental game, absolutely true, but timeout, maybe some ice out. I mean, ice is still in, but you know what I mean. Point is, this could still be around.
Yeah, indeed. And now with 5 minutes 55 on the clock, and a clip in the chat to confirm that. We might take a look into that later. Regardless, we have Schlart now with the disc sending it to the right. We have Ice now with the disc sending it over towards Late Toast. Late Toast has some pressure with those regrabs. Oh my gosh! The Stacks just got there in a nick of time, grabbing that disc. However, it's not over just yet. Extinction now with the disc, sending it to Late Toast. But the save yet again from Gunny, and Gunny sending it out.
Holy smokes, that is some intense defense and even some more on the brawls. There's some momentum shift. Potentially, this is the kind of thing you can definitely build up upon as a team. The rebound, all just missing, however, so that was the opportunity after some fantastic defense. Still yet more to come, but now the pile up here at mid by the bow tie, and now it's gonna be a pass to the cross to the boot and trying to scoot it by, but Schlart taking it out, coming in here off this timeout, fresh into the roster.
Those regrabs from the Unforgettable side earlier, I mean, just barely grabbing that disc in time, and that's exactly what you call a clutch save there, coming from Team The Unforgettable now with the counterplay here, resending it over towards Owen. Owen with the disc does have some pressure. Good passes here from the Unforgettable side now. However, they are some points down, so we'll need to find some points soon. Making his way off the right shoulder, went for the pass, but Drake with the interceptor now sending it towards the mid side. Unforgettable, the Stacks will be there. Schlart generating that speed, but the steal yet again, and Unforgettable now.
This is incredible here. This defense from both ends. So many great steals and dives. I feel a little bad for Unforgettable in the sense that they put in so much work to still not get a score off of that. So that could be deflating. But no, because again, a dive. That's going to be knocked loose by Jake. Back to Coffee Zombie, and Zombie finding just the bottom pass potentially as it will dub and maybe put up some subs. It's hard to read, but it's taken here by Jake and through midfield.
Yeah, I mean, just 2 or 3 points will put themselves back in here for the Unforgettable side here. And now the Stacks are not gonna be pressuring that disc here. Now Extinction, they have the time here, and that's exactly what they're aware of, making their passes around side, kind of cosplaying the Unforgettable side here. If we saw anything like that from the first round, sending it towards. Don't tell me, Schlart, are you kidding me?
It's a work of Schlart, and he'll be smiling. Like the Mona Lisa. Wait, she does. Well, I mean, I guess it depends, if you count it as a smile. Either way. Point is, that shot came down from a mile, and they are flying high in this club as it will be taken here by Jake.
Yeah, I mean, 3 minutes 15 on the clock. Still some time here for the Unforgettable side to get back in it now. Went for that snap grab there, kind of getting intercepted by his own teammate due to an unfortunate grab there. However, it will be Extinction now. We're looking to send it back into the goals. The follow-up will be there, forcing a slap defensive reaction there from the Unforgettable, now working towards extinction as we see Schlatt now went for the backboard shot, bouncing right off to the side now. It will be Greg with the disc trying to send it back in, and indeed he will. Schlatt sending it in for 2.
And who does that remind me of? I want to say Sweet Tooth, right? That's the taking it up from the backboard pass and then a juke to directly the bottom of the pocket. I think I saw Fontac in there, so maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that was a great move. It's really tricky to deal with as a defense. Not only are you already cranking your head to the backboard pass, but then having to deal with the jukes and down to the bottom floor, basically.
Yep, and now with the disc, it will be Jake just momentarily. However, after a stun, it will be a struggle for the disc, a cluster for the disc. Jake, in the end, grabbing that disc and sending it towards the bubble side. Went for the teammate pass, an awkward bounce. However, it will work for them in the end. A stun off the player will be Schlatt taking that disc, and they have the time, and they are aware of it. 1 minute 50 on the clock. Schlatt trying to drain out the clock, passing it, and this is what you can do in these situations. If there are if there's no pressure to match your possession, you can just keep it running like this. The passes across their bubble, and the Unforgettable have to make a play like sooner or later, because they can keep this passing game running all day, all night off the Pac-Man ice.
Absolutely, and that means soon they'll be cashing in their chips if they're lucky enough here, but definitely playing it right, playing it smooth and in control, but they do actually lose it here for a bit. But, I mean, they still drained a lot of clock, and that is important as a shot is just as well for Unforgettable.
And I feel if that shot did come in relatively earlier, it definitely would have changed things in terms of momentum. But I mean, you can definitely create some momentum still, and it's great to get some points here in the end. But 55 seconds on the clock. Extinction with the Joust advantage. It is looking very strong for Team Extinction.
That it is. Less than a minute left, and despite some disarray, the timeout play, and Unforgettable came out stellar off of that timeout for a bit there, but they just could not really score off it. Unfortunately, because, I mean, the way they're playing is almost in. Man, it's going to be taken by Ice. And there it goes again. So Ice maybe ending this round kind of the similar way as they did in the first one. Extinction, 14 points.
Yeah, just on top of what we've been saying here, Extinction doing very well here within the first and second round, and Unforgettable now with the Joust advantage. 10 seconds on the clock. This will be the game heading towards Team Extinction, and what a game indeed. 2 rounds to 0. And oh my god, and that save is the ice.
Look, I know it didn't make it. That was a nice save, but that was a nice rollout. Let me just say that was so perfectly precise on the headbutt play and the catch. Admire that. But yeah, great save, and sorry to cut you off, but that was kind of hot. Extinction here do get the win.
Yep, and a great win indeed. All team members actually doing decently well here. I mean, even when you take a look at the stats, everyone putting their role in here. Just if you can just see it, you can see it off the stats here. I mean, from you see the team Unforgettable here. All team members putting in their points, putting in their assists, and just a great attempt overall from the Unforgettable side. I mean, we saw those regrabs coming in from the Unforgettable side, and although I feel like maybe if there's something to consider, like you said earlier, that rollout coming into the last few seconds of that game, of that round. I mean, maybe they could incorporate a play like that every once in a while into their game, and not just kind of reserve it for that last kind of frantic play with those last few seconds. I mean, if you change something up along the lines of that, I mean, it worked in those last few seconds. Despite the save, it still worked. So if you could incorporate something like that into your gameplay, maybe changing it up every once in a while could definitely throw off the opposition. So yeah, a lot to consider in this game.
And to Amy Cecilia there, all is fair in word sneaks. They just have to be sneaky. They don't have to be pronounced right. And if you know me from the streams this week, I've been pronouncing a lot of things wrong.
If you know me from anything I've ever done, you know I always pronounce things wrong.
Now, if you wanted like an actual shout out, there's also a thing for that. I'll give shout outs all day, absolutely. But word sneak. I'm trying to be sneaky here. That said, we do have another match we're trying to get into shortly. Coming up, the last one of this particular block anyway. That's going to be Coco's Unnamed Team versus Harmonix. Maybe, hopefully, possibly. You can get the invites there. I know I was having a little bit of issues adding people. But we will be trying to get to that one last stream here on this three chain of games. And barring any issues, we'll be back around the next intermission. Thank you also, Deb South, Emily, and all you guys for stopping by once again. And hopefully see you again on stream soon. But with that... Oh, there's my invite. And all right, we're going to be off to it. So stay tuned. In just a minute, we'll be back with your last match here. Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to VR Master League Channel 1 here on these Friday night fights, or Saturday as is the case for some of our viewers there from the other sides of the world. I do say sides because I know we had some EU viewers, we have some OCE casters, and you got me, Pally, and I'm just everywhere, I guess. But that said, thanks for joining me again, PAMWOW here across these three games. We got one more with Harmonix and Coco's Unnamed Team.
Yeah, I mean, great to be here. These games have been insane. Talk about unforgettable matches. Previous two that I was able to join, thankfully. We had Extinction against the Unforgettables and Andromeda, Engelada, Flatliners.
You're so dramatic.
Against them.
Or Dramata, sorry.
I'm so Dramata. Anyway, Coco's and Co. Heading up against Harmonix now. And we're going to be heading into this one. So thanks everybody for stopping by, and here we go.
Yeah, it's just before that launch timer went out, Adam the Alien and Mort waving to the streams there. Great to see Adam and Mort, as well as the rest of the team here. JJ Zell, who's been in the Twitch chat here throughout the night, across the channels. Great to see all of them in there. Roll a Rice as well. They're going to roll the dice. Mort scoring twice, that is to say, on the points, and will be two going the way of the ones in harmony. I like it. Harmonix.
Wow. Yeah, well, I mean, great opening play there coming from Harmonix, and yeah, the harmony is there. Mort with the 2 points there. Now just advantage for Coco's team, and let's see what they can do with it here. Coco Pog sending it towards the left, and that might not work for them. However, after that slap, will work against them.
Coco Pog or Coco Puffs, and now serial killers are Harmonix on them. And they got their second goal, Mort once more.
Wow. And yeah, I have no words for that play there. I feel like when you're going for that joust advantage, you always almost certainly want to make it work towards you. But when you have those regrabs making their way towards you, of course, in some situations you're going to be forced to find a pass and find a play. But in a situation where there are no regrabs towards you, sometimes you want to consider where you're going to be clearing that disc, because if you're clearing it to a teammate who has pressure on them, just as Harmonix were doing very well to mark those plays of Coco's, it definitely makes situations risky, just like that pass in the bubble there.
But rolls with the disc and sends it high above that goal. Will bounce right to the right side. Recovered by Adam. Adam doesn't have it, but they might have a rebound still yet. Got a couple in the midfield. There's Rolls with a little time to at least slap it back, and good communication as Mort takes that disc back and puts on the brakes before the pass to Rolls.
And now off the left shoulder, JJ went for the shot, getting interrupted there, and Flynn sending it over towards the right side. And something I'm noticing now, I'm not sure if this was on purpose or not, but Team Harmonix, looking at the team players' names, like Atomic Alien, it's AA, JJ, RR for Rolls Royce, and Mort is the only outlier here. But is that on purpose? I'm not sure. I just thought about it now. But now dinging off the left post, Flynn clearing it.
Well, hold on. On that note, no, see, Mort, it's just an M. It's basically two N's, so he's Nort, N. In any case, it's out through that left tunnel. Well, actually, to the trap.
Palidore with the save, and now with the pass towards the mid-side, Harmonix went for it. It's going to work towards them. Back the reset. It went for the pass yet again, bouncing off the right side. However, now Farsight had the vision in mind, sending that towards the middle side, getting bounced back, and a few unfortunate clears here. Now Mort's just going to send it in after a disrupted goalkeeper there, struggling to get back to the goalpost. But yeah, what an interesting play there.
And right now, I'm about to be obligated to get offended on behalf of everyone here. Whatever you're doing in Twitch chat, please stop. Or I'll have to sing you a calming song and put you to bed. So, yeah, happy, healthy...
Don't make him do it, guys.
Happy, healthy, safe, good to each other, remember? Adam the Alien with the recovery.
Trust me, guys, stop. You don't want Palidore to sing. I'm joking. He has a beautiful voice. I haven't heard it. I wish I did. Now with Coke... Yeah, struggling. Okay. See what you guys did. Okay, Tom Dash in the chat as well, saying PAMWOW. I'm saying Tom Dash in the chat there, saying hello. And now saying hello is JJ, finding the pass in the bubble. Brilliant pass there to Rolls, and Rolls sending it in for two.
Yeah, I like the team play we're seeing here now for Harmonix. Mort, who I've been familiar with for quite a long time. Most recently, prior to Harmonix, saw Mort over in Baked, but with that said, coming in here now, and I believe a substitute, if I'm correct, coming in, and yeah, great to see Mort. I mean, definitely solid on so many aspects, defense, offense, and just niceties. Mort's a good dude. Twitch chat could learn from him, tisk, and stuff. Pally Dad, Anyway, Mort with a disc there, setting it off. Two Rolls, but wow, that was nice from Coco.
Yep, that was Pog. That was a brilliant save there coming from Coco, sending it towards the mid side. The regrabs there from Harmonix to grab that disc and send it back to their teammates there. Now Mort sending it towards the mid side. They're looking to follow up on this clear. The regrabs will be there coming from Harmonix. Can they make it in time? Indeed they will. They find the stun. Can they find the points? They have a teammate on the goals there. They're trying to grab that disc. They went for the backboard pass. It will make its way to JJ. JJ trying to send it in, and he forces it in for 2 points. 10 to their name now.
Yeah, as Jay was fading downwards there, so very soft as well. I mean, to put the touch in there, I mean, obviously he had to put some strength behind it to get it through the goalkeepers, but also just to make sure it didn't go flinging off or dinging off the post there with that backwards momentum. So down by 10, rolling out there for Coco's unnamed team. That's going to bounce a few different ways as it's snagged by JJ.
Yep, and now with the attempted clear through that mid side, we will see Harmonix trying to grab that first. JJ will be sending it towards the left tunnel. Now that disc is looking scary. I don't think that was the intention. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to curse it. JJ, GG, good shot.
Well, they dropped it in quite well, like a wishing well. In fact, maybe wishing for Coco's team they could get that one back. Yeah, it just slipped right by, and they're down a baker's dozen. Speaking of baked, well, yeah, at the moment now, they need to find some goals here. I mean, 3:45 left. This round might be starting to get out of hand, Pam, but I mean, it can turn it around with just a couple goals. We actually just saw that earlier on as it's off the head, I believe, of Flynn.
Those insanely fast passes in the bubble are what you love to see. Now coming from the backside, it will be Coco Pog stealing it and sending it through the left side, and such close shots there and brilliant saves coming from Coco's team now. And it will be Harmonix still trying to grab that disc here, and struggle for the disc here from Team Coco's, from Flynn. It will work for Rolls Royce now off the roof, went for the play, getting stunned out himself. However, now Flynn clearing it through that right tunnel, and also noted Soggy Bunnings in the chat there, a mate of mine from the Oceanic region, saying, so this is where you are. I am where I am. I is what I is. I do is what I do.
And that's why we call him Dr. Seuss. Adam the alien letting that disc loose, and it is definitely through as everyone stacking back in a hurry. JJ stunning out and grabbing the disc. Now they have maybe some numbers. They got that backboard pass potentially, but recovering is the defense. Now pressing is Coco, sending it to Mort. Mort not stressing because Rolls Royce is rich for the 15th hit on the point board, that is to say.
Yeah, Harmonix just doing very well within this round here, just setting themselves up around the bubble and just finding those points. And yeah, great plays overall. 15 points, taking a very strong lead within this first round. Now Coco's with the just advantage yet again. And I'm liking this rollout. However, they've got those two regrabs making their way immediately towards that offensive region. Quite on the contrast to earlier teams like we saw with Team Unforgettable. So a lot of different variations here in terms of rollouts. Now off of Pac-Man, it will be Coco Pog sending it to the mid. A bit of an unfortunate pass, not going to immediately make its way to the teammate. So that's going to be JJ taking advantage of that one and sending it out.
Well, defense recovering and getting, but back to it, it's Rolls. Tough. That connection was a really tight angle, so back to the Cloud. Gonna be contested a little bit, but Coco manages to get that back pass and actually sends it right through the midfield defender, so nice job. No one in the area, and the disc is right where it needs to be.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Coco finding those points now, and if it means anything, you can carry that into the second round in terms of momentum, in terms of, hey, maybe this play worked. Let's try it again. The next time we have this particular advantage or this particular play, let's just try it again. Let's try something different. I mean, if it works, it works. If it gets points, it gets points. So with that said, now Harmonix with the just advantage, their first of the game, looking to do something with it, and pretty much gained quite a few free yards there, if I may say, making their way towards that left tunnel, and now holding that possession over the bow tie, clearing it to the right. It will be, I believe, Mort now off the right side. Does have JJ making his way inside the bubble. The pass did make its way there, unfortunately unable to execute it inside the goals there. Now Potato clearing it.
Yeah, Potato the clear. Flynn will fly. Maybe got the rebound, and yes, it will. But not addressing the open goal. That could have been very, very risky. I mean, I know they got a big lead for Harmonix, but definitely almost something that the orange team Coco could have capitalized on. They still might yet with a reset back to Coco. Pog and Coco to the back and couldn't find that score, but still have time for one more off of this.
Yep, 13 seconds on the clock here. Harmonix potentially looking to create some more points and create some more devastation within this first round here. Went for the angle shot off the backboard. The rebound worked for them, and Rolls putting in those final 2 points of the round here. So 17-2 now. Harmonix definitely doing very well within this first, and trying to carry it into the second with those last points.
Yeah, so, you know, rough goings for Coco's team here to start, but as we've mentioned, momentum is a thing, and round swings after those intermissions, as we do actually get you might have heard the buzzer there, timeout called, potentially just between the rounds to take a couple extra minutes, which, yeah, I mean, not a bad idea, definitely, to just regain a little bit of that mental fortitude and hydrate and stuff, which on that note, chat, I shall thank you to Medieval, as well as Easy Echo. This chug is for you. I'm gonna go turtle in to this pepper. Don't look at me.
Don't look at him. Look at him, chat. Judge him. Someone bring up the clip of when he said ICUP. Someone. He fell for it. It's funny. It's a good one. It's a good one.
No. I'm still mad about that. We're gonna have a talk, you and I.
In before PAMWOW's fired. Now, after this pause, while we're in this pause, yeah, I'm a bit scared.
Continue, Pam.
Okay, I will. Just also wanted to note in the chat there, Soggy saying, Pam, when will you cast another OCE game? I will always be trying to cast games in general, whatever region it is. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, don't never would favor any region over another. But yeah, just stuff, time, life, everything. You know, sometimes things get in the way, and yeah. So I will always be trying to get through a lot casts. A lot cast me, yes, do all of them.
I Pally. Yeah. This door. Cass here. VRML. More.
And yeah, so don't get me wrong, we'll always be trying to get a few in. So yeah, just keep an eye out. I'll always be trying to do them. But yeah.
Somebody apparently calling the Weller band there in the chat. Some shanties for the Twitch chat apparently, and even worse yet. Banana, my colored pencil just died on me. Died or broke, and if the former, how? If the latter, well, still, that's devastating. If it was the green one, I mean, fine, but the red one.
Soon may the Cocoa Pug come to bring us points, big plays, and fun. One day when the match is done, we'll take our channel points and run.
Yeah, I mean, not bad on fly. It's 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 with Rolls Rice. Anyone understand that? That was a really old one. I gotta stop doing that. I keep.
You do a lot of old ones.
Well, I blame Dimwee. The thing is, he had so many of those back in season 1. I always made fun of him for it. And then it's like, since then, I've increasingly added more and more like 90s and 2000s references into it, and it's just, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Yeah, well, you have that's the thing when you're. I feel like that's definitely something you have to look out for when you're casting with people. If someone has a particular trademark such as puns, someone, I don't know. They leave a mark, and they don't definitely push you in that direction. So like you and me, I've definitely have picked up. I don't want to say I've picked up the pun game. If anything, it's gotten worse. But I've definitely been forcing a lot more puns than usual. So I mean, I'm kind of grateful for it, however, because it's definitely is fun trying to pun my way out of some situations. But yeah, it's great overall. But like you said, casters can definitely do that to you, and people in general can do that to you. So even taking it back to the chat earlier, you do something good to someone in the chat, you'd say something nice to someone in the chat, you betcha it's gonna head its way right back to you.
And with that, we'll be heading back into this round soon. You guys might have heard that timeout was uninitiated, so we got roughly, I don't know, 40 seconds or so probably. And we'll be starting the next one. Answer the question in there as well from Official.
Official.
If you had to drink something other than Dr. Pepper, you what?
That question is that. Yeah, that's.
You what, mate?
Yeah, yeah, mate. I'd want to back off there, Official. To take a step back. I don't know if you can delete your comments here on Twitch. No, you can't. But if you could, I'm pretty sure he'd be trying to do it very desperately. He Palidore.
You take your leave and go.
You take whatever you're drinking besides DP, and you get out of here. Join the beer league or something. Gilligan's Live.
How dare you insinuate I would drink anything other? Oh, brother. Well, I'm bothered, but nonetheless, we're gonna take our leave into the second round here, PAMWOW.
Yep, and heading right into it here, neck and neck at the initial joust there. However, Harmonix grabbing it in the end. Atom, the alien, grabbing it, and however, will not work. However, as Farside grabs it and clearing it through that right side. Now we have Coco Pog getting stunned out, found the clear, however.
Might even get that rebound. Oh, overshot just by a smidge. So back to JJ in the middle of the floor. Gonna bounce almost into that goal had it not been the Nest playing some defense. And Caster shout out, PAMWOW is a zinger box. Yeah. Well, thank you on his behalf.
Yeah, that's a I think that's the trademark that I've kind of been assigned here in the Oceanic region. Zinger Box, KFC, spicy chicken. I'm a spicy chicken, so I
What
don't know
what about
whether
a
to.
budding snag? Are you a
Yeah,
spicy budding snag?
that's I can't take that one from Soggy. That's his trademark. I'd be offending him. Just like imagine I started drinking Dr Pepper. How would you feel?
I can't
Yeah,
bring
see,
my
I brought it up.
I can't bring my cams up. I was about to hit the button and just look you down in the eye, theoretically. But that said, looking down at the goal, it's Coco with maybe one more pass to the shoulder from the nest, but a nice steal, JJ.
He went for that. He went for that play off the nest there to kind of generate that force to head inside the goals there. However, getting intercepted by JJ there, and that clear not going to work immediately. Now 8 minutes 30 on the clock, and still yet a point to be scored here. So I mean, what a difference! What a difference when taking a comparison between these two rounds. I mean, Harmonix just taking an incredibly strong lead within the first round, and now it's already been close to 2 minutes here, and yet a score to be found, as well as Coco's taking a strong offensive side to this opening round. So, I mean, to this second round. So, yeah, a lot of things to consider here.
A good defense as well at the nest there by Rolls, I believe that was. And it's going to get the shot. It will ding. Now rebound going to Coco, slapping it just at the nick of time as it goes back to the wedge. It's JJ with a lot of defense in the area. Held onto that for maybe a second too long, I thought, but they'll still take control, regain control, but lost out to Coco. Coco down middle and back to some boosts again. You can see all these brawls though in the back line denying every single one basically.
Yeah, they're all trying to disrupt those regrabs there to get towards the disc, and it will allow that one member of Harmonix to grab that disc. I believe he might have been Rolls there, and sending it towards his team there. And now however, Coco is grabbing it and sending it. The regrabs will be there from Harmonix first, but they will be met with some pressure here.
Yeah, a lot of it, in fact, as it goes into the tunnel. JJ Zell's in the area, Rolls as well, but gets stunned. So back to the station, taken here by Flynn. Goal is actually a little open and might have that avenue still yet, so trying to line it up, but the defense recovering, backing it out and opting for the slower route, at least waiting for the teammates to rejoin and converge on the bubble all at the same time. The dive is there, inverting it looks like, so kind of an awkward angle, almost had to shoot it through the legs as it goes back out to the midfield.
Yeah, that you can definitely see how the momentum kind of threw off that shot there as he was making his way down from the ceiling, and to grab that disc, definitely a difficult situation to be in. But now the counter attack coming from Harmonix, they're looking to put it in, dinging right off the side, and I don't blame it. I mean, the pressure was there, the regrabs were there coming from Coco's, and now the counter attack possibly.
Yeah, that's the thing when you get in these modes, especially 4 minutes just about of this frantic play where no one's able to score. It's very easy, even when you get those open shots suddenly, because you're so used for the last several minutes, so used to that just frantic status. It can throw you off, but throwing off of the anchor on the floor, Mort finally breaking that seal. Nearly, 350 in the clock expended in the second round, so that took a lot of effort and a lot of sweating, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, official says ow, I say wow, and PAMWOW, indeed. Yeah, that's all I got whenever it says whenever I see wow, that's just the first thing that comes to mind, and I don't blame myself.
It's like when I see door.
Yeah, you always got to add the pally. So imagine that, just every door you saw in the neighborhood, you just added a little sign that said pally, and then you own all the doors. That's how it works.
Well, once upon a time I used that was more of my nickname. Now it's like people call me Pally, but throughout gaming I've also been known as just Door a lot. Or Dork, I couldn't tell which one. Maybe it was the latter. Nonetheless, climbing that ladder, that would have been sweet had it sunk.
Yeah, that was definitely a close shot. So many close shots coming in here from Team Harmonix. So we saw a few close ones earlier as well. That shot off the backboard, close to the backboard, and the rebound. Flynn taking it. The counter attack coming there from Coco is an interesting approach indeed. We haven't seen many of those this game.
Yeah, great job. But the thing is, so off of 4 minutes of action without scores, then less than a minute later we got our second one. That's often the case here. Thing is, it's basically a wash. It's back to, by all counts, kind of 0-0. So they're locked up. I mean, we're already in the latter portions of this round. So let's see. The first one was taken again, 17-2. So like you mentioned, Pam, stark contrast on the offensive end.
Yeah, I mean, just like how I mentioned earlier as well, when Oh wait, cut that for a second. As we see Mort in the bubble, sending it towards the top pocket. Brilliant placement there from Mort.
Absolutely. Official JG saying doors are movable walls. You just kind of blew my mind a little bit. Won't lie.
I just realized I accidentally muted myself. Sorry, that was a bit embarrassing. I want to also say, I mean, what a change from the first round to the second. I mean, Harmonix, they had such a strong lead within that first round here. I believe in close to a 18-point difference. That shot was so close there. Like close to a 16-18 point difference here, but now heading into this second round, only 2 points separating these two teams. So when I say Echo just changes within every round, I really mean it. I really do mean it.
We've seen it a lot, pretty much on a daily basis. Now, maybe another chance, but the stack's getting there quicker for Rolls-Royce. So you saw there are two unnamed players there for Coco's unnamed team going kind of to the bubble area, but no one was on the disc, so kind of didn't matter. But Mort still taking it back and just beyond the reach of Coco, but not too far gone for Farsight with a foresight to hit Potato, and Potato to Flynn. Flynn has one more cross, maybe just a little bit long, and it's dove upon by Rolls.
Yeah, the play was there, the execution just barely reaching off from the disc, and now it will be the grab, it will be Harmonix with the disc. It will be Mort, I believe, able to grab that disc in time and try to buy them some time, sending that disc inside the bubble, actually making it work for them now. It will be across to Mort. Mort inside the bubble, went for the backboard shot, and it worked off the backboard.
Nice touch there. Just barely missing and kind of grazing past that goalie. Definitely a tough situation there. I mean, backboard saves can be a tricky beast in itself. Kind of its own little skill set on top of just regular old goalkeeping. There's so much to deal with at once, and lovely job squeezing it through for now a 4-point advantage. 2 minutes remaining.
Yep, and 2-6 on the scores here. Coco with the disc, sending it over towards Farsight, still in a position to get back into this game here, but they'll need to do it quick. Potato Crib now with the disc, sending it towards the left, in between both of his teammates. They're very unfortunate now, and it will be Harmonix Rolls grabbing the disc and sending it towards that right side. So now Coco's need to definitely get themselves back into that possession that they had earlier within that aggressive side. They cannot afford to play safe in some of these situations and take their time, because with 1 minute 40 on the clock, you need to be scoring a 3 or 2 relatively soon to bring yourselves back into it. Now, a lot of pressure coming in here from Harmonix here. They're not trying to let that happen. So now Mort off the disc, barely slapping it, but Coco is able to clear it.
They really need to get those boosts together. They do have some coming in, but now the leeches as well. So great contesting from Harmonix there to deny the stacks, the boost from Coco's unnamed team, because they desperately needed to get that recovery. It could have been maybe one of those open threes once more, but at that time starting to wind down, and with it their window of opportunity, even their door of opportunity. They're moving wall of opportunity, but they are moving wall to wall, end to end, looking for maybe a three. Just gonna be a tap off to Potato Crib and gets it in, so they're still within reach.
Yep, still within reach, and those are the points that they needed to find now. 4 to 6, 50 seconds left on the clock here, and I'm pretty sure Palidore is going to try and ignore that comment for the time being that we saw from Yay in the chat there. And now heading to the just advantage of Harmonix. They do have the time on their side and the points, so whether they're going to take their time and take these plays is the question. I mean, Coco's, they definitely need to try and pressure these plays here if they want to find any shot of possibly getting into an overtime, even getting into the third round here. With 23 seconds left on the clock. This might be the turnaround. Farsight clearing it through that mid side. Will the regrabs be there? The stuns will be there. However, they're interrupting the chains. Harmonix are going to get to it first, but the chains are on their way.
Oh man, the boost though. 8 seconds left. They still have a small chance if they can recover here quickly. They need to send someone into the goal. Now to the bow tie. It's open. Oh, it's closed. The goal and the game. It's done. And the window indeed is shut on what was a very, very physical second round.
An incredibly difficult position to be in with that final shot here. You have to worry about sniping that disc in between the letterbox there, as well as that pressure coming in there from Harmonix. The stun did make its way in the end, so Coco's unfortunately unable to execute those final few points there. But what a turn of events. I mean, compared to the first round, such a close second. And yeah, what a great game in general. That last play definitely had us standing.
Yeah, wow, we were just seconds and just a barrier away, basically, from having a round 3. So just barely denied. That was such a contested second round. I mean, again, for Coco's unnamed team to be able to come out of the gates there and really hold strong after, a blowout first round. It's not easy to do. And I think part of that is also credit the fact that they did take a couple extra minutes after the round had ended. Of course, teams that allowed up to, 5 minutes between rounds in total. And, it was a smart move. Obviously, it paid off. It kind of stalled a little bit the momentum of Harmonix. It helped the momentum of Coco just be able to come out there and make that such a close one. So it's one of those where, you could take back those last minutes and do it all over again. I'm sure they would love the chance because they were just right within grasp, and it was a fun match. It was.
Yeah, I mean, if the players don't paint a picture, even the points from 2 to 17, to 4 to 6 within a round. Okay, so just if you're talking about if they would like to do it over again, I mean, you can definitely tell as each team warms up to each other that it feels like the points do become closer as teams begin to adapt, they begin to warm up, and they definitely do come in a lot of close situations here. But with that said, Harmonix doing very well to hold on, and just doing well in general with that strong start within the first round, potentially carrying themselves within that second round there. So yeah, great play, a great game overall. Harmonix doing very well.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I hopefully we'll be able to get these teams cast again soon, and see again that just them go at it. Maybe next time a third round. I mean, we were close to a game winner in overtime, stuff like that, and wasn't meant to be today, it seems like, but we got plenty of games throughout this day. So many casted and a lot of phenomenal matches. We saw Master Tier, Kango's, Anomaly, Joker as well here in North America. I mean. It's been fun for sure. The Twitch chat, you've been less fun. Look at you and your lies and slander. What did I ever do to you for you to insult my drink of choice? How dare you? You know what I gotta say to you? Yeah. No. That's my response to you.
Yeah. See, no. I tried to tell him, Palidore. I tried to tell him. And Tom Dash, you as well.
Tom, you and your tomfoolery. I'm having none of it. Get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to dash away from that, Tom. This is guy. I tried to stop him, Palidore. I promise. I tried to stop him. But see, you put him in the mood. It's okay. We'll try to get out of it. ASM definitely agree with that. Official JG. Also does matter. Palidore, thoughts on the ASM movement?
I mean, sure, but Dr. Pepper is still. I'm just, basically time of day. See here, I'll get my invisible drink, for instance. See, when I'm casting and trying to stay awake and this and that, Dr. Pepper. When I'm trying to wind it down and not stay up even longer in the night than I intend to, invisible green screen Sprite. Yeah, my special stuff here. Yeah,
nice. Yeah. The drink of future, sponsored by Echo Arena.
The dynamic duo. Hey, no, I said, look, we mentioned this in the casters chat the other day. Like, if Echo does get a sponsored drink, now, first of all, my first choice, Dr. Pepper, but second choice would be G Fuel, because aside of the fact that Game from Joker loves that stuff, we can call it Zero G Fuel. It's just, it's a natural fit. Natural fit, that's all I'm saying. The marketing markets like itself. Market the market. So you mark it down.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's definitely a possibility. I mean, get on it. If anything's gonna happen, actually, now that I think about it, that has to happen. I'm sorry about Dr. Pepper. G Fuel has to be the way to go.
Well, maybe we can have a little bit of both. I don't know. What do I love more, the pepper or the pun?
The pun. Yeah, that is the question.
That's the question.
Also, I don't know if it's just you, but whenever I see the word from Go Eat a Banana, so did Dr. Doofenshmirtz. I see Dr. Doofenshmirtz and I just automatically hear the tune. Does anyone else hear the tune when they see that?
Does anyone else know what Dr. Doofenwiggle is?
It's Phineas and Ferb. Doofenshmirtz Secret Incorporated.
I mean, I'm familiar with Phineas and Ferb, but not familiar in the sense I've ever watched it. So. I know the name and nothing more.
Soggy, I feel like
actually
you heard what I said earlier, and you've PAMWOW, I hear you. I've got you. I hear you. And then like 3 minutes later, so you're gonna cast the game? I will try. I will try to do every game that I can. Granted, sometimes recently it might have been a bit tough on the schedule, but yeah, just know I know what matches are coming up, and I will always be trying to get into them. But yeah, these games today have been great, and hopefully we'll be able to get into some more relatively soon.
Yeah, and answer similarly there, Quentin in the chat asking about a match with a lot of hype votes that might, if it has a chance of getting casted. So yeah, with that, it's never obviously a guarantee, but it's a strong indicator for casters when they're taking matches on any given time slot, right? Because we have so many matches every day, literally dozens and dozens, potentially all in the same, like small 2 or 3 hour span, especially here in like prime time slots of any of the regions, right? That's when they all get kind of packed together. So it kind of depends, but general rule of thumb, basically, like anytime, like as a caster, you want to at least see 8 hype votes, right? Because that suggests that at least all 8 players in a given match are interested in getting it casted. So that's, if we see less than that, then it's kind of like, well, maybe, man, they don't care enough to be voting, so maybe they're not that interested in casting. So again, just rule of thumb, like my thought process when I'm looking at the schedule. You look at those numbers.
Yeah, but even as well as on top of what we see, the casters, I mean, taking a look at the games, even the players of the teams, because I know that, like, if I'm the player of a team and I say, hey, like, 15 people have looked at this match and they're really interested and they want to see my team play, I mean, you can definitely incorporate some motivation into that. I mean, like, I'd be hyped. I mean, not even just the hype vote itself, doing all the hype on its own, just I would be hyped after seeing my match being upvoted. So even if you're trying to just support the players in the team, hit it with a hype vote, upvote.
Back to Reddit.
And yeah, definitely, back to Reddit.
Yeah, but yeah, absolutely. And CD tape in there. So, like I said, it's not a guarantee because fortunately, unfortunately, it's the double-edged sword of growth with so many teams and being volunteer casters and stuff like that. It's only so many hours in a day, especially. So yeah, sometimes matches will get double-digit amount of hype votes, and they still won't be casted. And if I had enough time, I would cast everything. If I had enough time and had enough voice, kind of struggling on that going to the weekend. But of course, we prioritize as much as we can to get teams streamed. Best way, aside of hype votes, to guarantee it, of course, the channel point rewards. I mean, you want a sure thing in terms of getting one of your upcoming matches casted. The channel point rewards, you can get those. The only way to get those, in fact, really are just by tuning in. You can't buy them, obviously. So I mean, it's just you tune in, you watch the streams here in VRML 1, you get channel points. If you get 15,000 channel points, which theoretically you could, even if you're not actively watching and engaging all the time, you could theoretically get them still in a week or two of just passive watching here and there, turning it on while you do some work in the background, things like that, So if you get enough channel points, you can redeem the Cast My Match reward, and we'll cast one of your upcoming matches soon. I will definitely make time and room for that. That's a good way to guarantee. And just as well, if you schedule in slots outside of prime time, which is to say, as I mentioned, for instance, North America, between roughly, I'd say 7 Eastern through 9 or 10 Eastern, those get overloaded with 20, 30 matches on that small window some days. But if you schedule, say, sometime in the middle of the afternoon or maybe later in the evening, again, not a guarantee, but I'm just speaking personally, if I see kind of lone matches hanging out at the edge of the prime times, outside of those crowded blocks, also much more likely for me or one of the other casters to pick you up, for sure. So, yeah. Any other things there, Pam, before we close out?
No, good stuff all around. Glad to see everybody stopping by in the chat. Really appreciate everybody in the chat, and I hope you all enjoyed the matches here. Yeah, I guess that's it from me today. Brilliant matches, and it was great to cast them. Gilligan's Live, I'm not sure if we're gonna think about rating or anything like that.
Yes, why don't we? Good call.
Yeah, but yeah, with that said, that's all from me, Palidore.
Okay, yeah, so we'll raid Gilligan there, casting some community activities and having some fun at that. We did that last week as well, and it was a good time. So I'll raid Gilligan. You guys can join in, get some channel point rewards. Speaking of channel points, raiding does give you extra channel points for the channel you join, just by the by. So here you go. We'll raid him in a second. You guys hop on board. We're gonna cut to credits here to answer the question there on the jersey. It's my Eclipse jersey. I mean, I have a few of them, but this is the best one, the favorite one, from back in the ESL lands and whatnot. So it's an older, outdated one, but I mean, it's close to my heart, obviously. That's where I got it. But of course, I also have an awesome VRML jersey, courtesy of Arma, and you can get that on our website. There's links there and such. So, you know, you got some options. But until then, about 40 people on board. PAMWOW, thank you so much for joining me here on the stream.
No worries.
And to you guys, Twitch chat, thank you as well. Rating Gilligan as of now, so take it easy, have a good time. I've been Palidore, that's been PAMWOW, this has been VR Master League Week 6. And until next time, be happy, healthy, safe, and be good to each other, and we'll see you again real soon. Dr. Pepper.
See you later, mates.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.